Even those smaller pieces of Happy Mail deserve to be packaged and presented well. With a little creativity and a few supplies, you can easily not only add a layer of protection to smaller Happy Mail pieces, but also enhance their presentation. Stay tuned. I'll show you just how I send out some of my smaller creations via Happy Mail. Welcome back to Livie's Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel, and I'm your host, Fam the Fabulous. For more ideas, inspiration, swaps, and challenges, click the link in the description below to join our craft community, the Maker Exchange, on Facebook. So, I recently went to send out the monthly freebies to my Patreon members, and when I went to place them in the envelopes, I paused because it was then that I realized that they were too small for the letter size envelopes I was putting them in. So I had a few options to reduce the risk of them getting damaged in transit. Number one, I could make up a batch of smaller envelopes to minimize the space the pieces would float in. Number two, I could wrap them in tissue paper and tie a cute little bow around it. Or, idea number three, I could place them into pouches smaller than the envelope, but a little larger than the item. Now, I pondered my options and determined if I'm going to spend time doing anything, it might as well be something that incorporates my artistic abilities, right? Now, this would also provide an opportunity for me to use up some scraps, of course, even if it's just a tiny amount, and maybe even some die cuts or ephemera. I mean, what else am I hoarding it for, if not to put a smile on someone else's face? What I'm creating today requires less of a step-by-step explanation of how I'm creating and more of an explanation of why I'm creating. So I'll give you a quick rundown of the materials I'm using, and then from there, you can watch as I put them together. And while we dive into today's craft chat topic, which will be the art of being a good steward. So the materials I'm using today are these 3x4-inch treat bags that I picked up from Walmart a while back. And they're typically located in the same aisle where the cellophane bags, balloons, and other event-related items are. They came in about a pack of maybe 24 for around $5. Now, I've also got my go-to glue, the Eileen's Tacky Glue, which I typically water down a little bit. And I'll be pulling out some clusters previously made from paper scraps and fabric scraps, ephemera, die cuts, and ink sprays. Now, you can also use paint splatters or stamps in the place of ink sprays for added interest should you not have it. Listen, friends, do me a favor and tap the thumbs up button. When you do that, that helps make sure that this video and the channel gets seen by more people just like you. And that is one of the surefire ways to ensure that a channel like this can grow organically. And if you've already hit the button, I thank you kindly. Now that we've gotten the supply list out of the way, let's have ourselves a little craft chat. So here in the Lovely Lab, there are supplies for a number of different craft mediums. I've got things here for sewing, card making, painting, jewelry making, coloring, journaling and planning, calligraphy, scrapbooking, mixed media, digital art, clay creations, and I know that there's quite a few more. Now, some of my supplies were obtained either inexpensively or I've gotten them free or gifted, while others I actually had to budget for. Now, I'm just imagining the hours of creativity that lies within this space. on these shelves, in these drawers, and in all these containers that neatly house so many elements. From recyclables to precious stones and metals, there is a valuable inventory that I'm surrounded by that really isn't being used to its fullest potential. And if it's not being used to its fullest potential, how could my time in this space be? Now, I'd venture to say that part of the reason neither are is because I'm waiting for the right time, occasion, or project to pull certain materials out to create with. But there's also a number of supplies not being used due to the fact that I'm simply hoarding just because they have that precious to me quality. Now, it sounds absurd, I'm sure, but it's even more absurd for me to continue to add to the inventory without creating with what I currently have. And regardless of how expensive or inexpensive they may have been to obtain, they need to be used, enjoyed, or used to create something someone will enjoy, even if that someone is me. Now, I mean, when you think about it, a diamond doesn't lose its value just because it's sitting in a vault, but it certainly is appreciated a whole lot more when you have it on your hand and it's sparkling, even if it's only appreciated by you. Friends, it's no secret. I truly enjoy sharing my work and processes with our creative community here on YouTube, where there's a ton of love and support. Many of you have been subscribers for quite a few years now, and perhaps you'd like to see a little bit more from Livie's Lovelies. Maybe some original artwork, some behind-the-scenes videos, or full-length tutorials. If you're looking for other ways to connect or support the channel, for less than a cup of caramel macchiato, you can become a monthly member of the Patreon family. Over on Patreon, these videos are viewed first, and as a member, you have exclusive access to content available only to our Patreon members. Your monthly subscription also includes monthly freebies, sometimes handcrafted Livie's Lovelies originals, other times it's digitals that have not yet been made available for purchase. Those memberships enable me to purchase varying types of products that I can try out and experiment with so that I can come back and share the data and the journey with my creative community. A link is below in the description box. I look forward to seeing you over there. While today's project doesn't necessarily put even a fraction of a percentage of a dent into what I have on hand, it is in some small way accomplishing 4 tasks, which would be protecting outgoing Happy Mail, enhancing its presentation, reducing materials in the Lovely Lab, and of course, allowing me the time to have fun creating. Today I decided to use up scraps and ephemera. Tomorrow, I plan to use some form of a wet medium to just allow my hands time to play in the messiness of paint, glue, or some kind of texture paste. So, what's in your inventory that you haven't played with in a while? Let me know in the comments below. Now, whatever you have that isn't being used to its fullest potential, If it makes you happy or brings you joy, set aside some time this week to have a play. Maybe you'll make something with it. Maybe you'll just simply experiment to see how it works with another supply. Either way, I do hope you make time for playtime. As I look around this room that I'm blessed to create in, surrounded by a wonderful variety of supplies, today I commit to being a better steward of my inventory and my time, to not just collecting the supplies, but to using them, playing with them, experimenting with them, having fun with them, bringing joy to my heart, and more importantly, to the hearts of those who I share my gift of creation with. If you're still here and are not a current subscriber, I welcome you to hit the subscribe button with the notification bell so that with each upload, you're notified to come back and continue this journey with me and our creative family. Now, if you are a subscriber and are already a part of this fabulous family, I will never get tired of thanking you for your continued support, comments, feedback, ideas, suggestions, your generosity and kind words, not just to me, but to one another. And as always, thank you for sharing me in your creative spaces. I am blessed to be part of such a beautiful community of creatives. I hope this video has inspired you to perhaps take a look at some of your overlooked supplies to see how you can fully utilize them. Unless you are living on a remote island, there is always someone in your life, close to you or not, that could use a dose of your creativity. Our gifts are meant to be shared, and we may never know how doing what we love will brighten someone's day or week for that matter. So now, friends, until we are back here together on Patreon and YouTube, please stay encouraged, stay blessed, stay creative and crafting. Bye for now. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe to join the crafty community and be sure to click the bell for notifications of new uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Now stay tuned for more from Livie's Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel. Bye for now.